Yeah, why not? Why not? Easily within the time. I think you made 3 hits right there.
Yeah.
Here we go. Easily within the time. I couldn't see your hits. Well, you got a couple. And from the center. Easily within. Hey, this is James Yeager of Tactical Response, and I'm here with Scott Harrison of Scott Industries today, and we're going to talk about appendix carry. Scott is a fan of appendix carry. I carried appendix when I worked undercover. I carried a little 38 in a soft suede holster right there, you know, in my appendix area. And I tell people all the time, I carried appendix before I knew it had a name. You know, back in the day, I carry, you know, strong side hip now. Inside the waistband for concealed carry, but I'm not opposed to appendix carry at all. And let's talk to Scott about why he likes it. So, what are the things you like about appendix carry?
Well, for me, really, is just overall, it's more comfortable. I understand that pistols aren't supposed to be comfortable; they're supposed to be comforting. But I'm a little bit larger of an individual, and I actually have an easier time concealing it here versus in the you know, 4 o'clock position. And I just sitting down, just going all the places I've moved, help people move large, heavy objects in appendix and without any issues. And I just
okay, you just like
natural to me.
Okay, talk louder because the wind's blowing and I get all the internet pussies going, you should have a wind blocking microphone and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's like, it's a free video. Deal with it. I'm sorry if some of it gets blocked out because
okay, hello.
All right, so so why do you like appendix more than like you know, more traditional inside the waistband on the hip? Well, like what advantages do you see?
I see it as an advantage for if I get caught behind the curve, like someone already brought the fight to me from behind. Either I'm fucking around in my car, just groceries, or just for whatever reason, and it allows me to get access to the gun there and then turn around versus trying to do it while I'm spinning. I mean, you can easily play the what if games all day, right. But for me, it's just, and also I have more control. I can guard it better when out socializing with other people.
So weapon retention issues. Certainly, I think anybody could agree that having the gun in front of you is better. What about this nonsense about shooting yourself in the balls? What's up? What do you think about? Like, I hear people say, "Oh, I'm not pointing a gun at my nuts" and whatever. Like, what do you think about that?
They probably don't have any business carrying a gun in the first place because it's pointing at your rear when you in any other place.
Well, a lot of guys take a shot in a bullet in the ass before they would in their nuts. You know, but I got, you know, we got to play devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
But so what I say is keep your finger off the fucking trigger while you're drawing your pistol or putting it away, and that's not going to happen. Everybody wants to cite these extreme cases. Well, every extreme case you can point at where somebody got hurt with a gun, I can tell you a firearm safety rule they broke. Don't break any of the cardinal firearm safety rules. Keep your fucking finger off the fucking trigger till your fucking sights are on the fucking target, and you've made the fucking decision to shoot. Never let the muzzle cross anything you're not willing to destroy. Treat all guns if they're always loaded. Be sure of your target and what's beyond it. Don't break those. Don't ever break those. You can break one at a time. Not really a big deal. Nobody's really going to get hurt. Break 2 at a time, and that's when people are killed or crippled. Anything else you want to say about appendix?
Yeah, a lot of people talk about how it's not comfortable, like, and generally I think the reason why is because they're good for them for carrying a gun in the first place, but they're coming from the 4 o'clock position and bringing it up front, and in 4 o'clock you have to, you know, tighten your belt super tight so it doesn't sag and print on all that stuff. But with what I find for me, and I guess maybe it's size related, but I have, my belts are actually looser. I don't have to buy like bigger clothes. That just need the size I wear. I don't have to.
It just kind of fits in that.
It just fits in the V, I guess, and I don't have to tighten my belt as much. So I think maybe the guys are doing the same thing, as they're cinching the belt real tight, and then it has to be able to move and flex. So if you're sitting, it's actually going to ride up versus you know, in the other positions. So I think you have to understand that there's a little bit of things that you have to do, and it's all right if it's a little bit looser, but it's not. It doesn't affect my ability to draw or anything like that.
Okay, great. And now we're going to shoot a few drills, and just to see Scott drawing the pistol and making some shots, and just so you can kind of get a feel for what it's like to draw the pistol and fire it. All right, I'm going to get Scott to do some draws now, and I'm going to have him go slow so you can kind of see his movements, him clearing the concealment, coming up, his hands coming together and coming out. Pay attention to those things. You need to learn things like this under the watchful eye of a competent instructor. You shouldn't be watching YouTube and then going out and trying this stuff. I hate to be one of those guys, don't try this at home, but this really is something you need to do under the eye of a competent instructor. Okay, Scott, so let's do a couple slow. All right. 2 in the chest, 2 in the heart, 1 in the brain. 2 in the heart, 1 in the brain. Fight! Then reholstering, pulls the garment up, finds the holster with his thumb, sticks his thumb out. All right, Scott, do one really slow this time where everybody can see the movements that you're making. All right, 3 rounds in the heart, 3 rounds in the heart. Fight! In the heart. You can go full speed. 5 in the heart. 5 in the heart. Fight! Five in the heart. 5 in the heart. Fight! Three in the heart, 2 in the brain. 3 in the heart, 2 in the brain. Fight! Can you not count?
Yeah, fucking count. A couple of the things I want to talk about is there's a video that you can look on YouTube, and it's about just type in FBI Teddy Medina, M-E-D-I-N-A. He was a hitman for the Sparrow gang in Indonesia, and he basically got the order to go around and kill people, but he did it with a 1911, which is here nor there, but he did it with a round in the chamber, and he carried Appendix, and he was a really skinny dude, and he carried it Appendix style without a holster, but he used his offhand to push the gun up, and was able to deliver hits on politicians and whatnot. But eventually he defected and went to was debriefed by the FBI, and they did a video of him out shooting like an IPSC competition shooter from 7 yards, headshot. I don't know the time, but they do a side-by-side comparison of it, and it's pretty cool. And the other thing I want to talk about is that typically guys, when they get holsters and try out Appendix, they get like the smallest one in terms of usually like a slide holster that can accommodate different lengths. That way it doesn't dig into them. And I caution against that, because what will happen is if when you wear the belt loose and you draw, the holster typically flops over, and if you have any sort of like belly or anything like I do, it tends to be a problem. So if you get for instance, I have a Glock 19, but I also draw and shoot 17, so I have a Kydex holster for a 17, and it actually helps with stabilization, kind of like a sailboat and a keel in the water when it's tacking and doing all nautical shit.
Okay, so that was it. We fired a few rounds with it. I hope Scott's explanation of why he carries Appendix, I hope that made sense to you. If you are a fan, then great. If you're not a fan, maybe you learned a little bit about Appendix carry. Maybe you're not a hater anymore. And if you want to try it, probably the holster that works on your side won't work. You're probably gonna have to buy a dedicated Appendix holster, but it's an interesting way to carry. I'm not at all opposed to it, and I look forward to learning more about it. I've had a lot of students that use it in class. Yes, it's okay if you use it in our pistol classes, and it's just really I think it's a good compromise for some folks. I really appreciate you watching. Please subscribe. Please share my videos with other people, with other like-minded people. Please join our forum, getoffthex.com, and please come to a class. Your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ceases.